What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the channel. Today is a great day, and I know you just heard me on the official Player First Games breakdown for Gizmo, but you already know that your boy has to do one for you guys, and so I'm gonna be going over Gizmo yet again. So you guys know where to start and where to end. So first and foremost, Gizmo is from Gremlins. If you haven't seen that movie, it's a certified classic, certified banger. Look how cute he is. He's one of the good ones. Literally, one of the good ones. In a pack of monsters, or Mogwai rather, that are... I mean, look at Stripe. And so, instead of creating chaos, Gizmo just wants to live life and have friends and eat. But of course, you don't feed him after midnight. You already know the rules. Here is pretty much a list, guys, of Gizmo's moves. You guys can actually use this to reference exactly what this character does at any point during the video. And of course, let's talk a little bit about his passive. Some of Gizmo's attacks apply a music buff. Affected enemies are silenced if they reach the max stat count, stopping them from using cooldown abilities, aka their specials. Affected allies will create a musical note when they evade hitting overlapping enemies and applying music to them. So any moves that take cooldown, guys, especially like specials, will be silenced if silence is fully stacked due to music. And you guys will see this during this guide. So we're actually going to hop right into it right now so you guys can actually see how strong Gizmo is, not only as support, but as a gremlin. So we're going to go ahead and get into his move set. And first and foremost, I'm just going to start off with his neutral attack. His neutral attack is an arrow. Straight up, you can aim it as well. Super dope, huh? So you can actually move around and shoot as well, so just keep that in mind. Like, it has a lot of utility, not to mention, if you charge it, you can ignite someone on contact, and as you can see, Shaggy is taking chip damage off of that. Now, if you really want to get spicy, you can actually dodge cancel the move, and then tap. You literally have an ignited arrow ready to go. So I'm gonna roll back with my ignited arrow. As you can see, it's still on fire. Gonna approach, aim downward, and shoot his foot. This alone leads to the ability for like cool combos on contact. So if you're trying to secure kills, you can do arrow into maybe up special depending on their percentage. But all you have to know is arrow has a ton of utility and of course makes him a bit of a ranged character in some cases. And you're definitely going to be wanting to use that as much as you can in your neutral. It's a really cool thing, and I really like that about Gizmo because it allows him to be super proactive. And it's nice that he doesn't have to just stand still and shoot arrows, right? You can actually just move around, you could jump. You want to walk around with it at the same time, you can do that as well. So much utility, and I can't wait to see how players are more creative with their combos and of course their snipes with the arrow. Hey, DJ, spin that back. Hey, hold on, guys. Only 24.4% of you guys are subscribed to the channel, leaving 75.6% of you not subscribed. Now, of course, it is not mandatory. However, I am a man on a mission and a man with a dream, and my dream is to one day hit 100,000 subscribers on YouTube so I can get that plaque. And not only that, we are on the road to 50K at the moment, so it only takes 1 second of your time. Please subscribe to the channel if you enjoy the content, if you enjoy the vision, and of course, if you support the vision. It would mean the world to me. Now, let's get you back to what you were watching for. Much love. Take it easy. Thank you so much. Up next, we're going to do his forward attack. It's just a standard jab combo, as you can see. Knocks him away, gets you some good damage. He's so adorable. Boom, boom. You can roll after that one, or you can do hit one and roll, but however, there's a bit lag after hit one, so two is a lot quicker. Up attack is popcorn throw, as you guys can see. So what in the hell does popcorn do? Well, peep game. It actually creates this cone radius in which you can actually shoot the popcorn, and that blast will straight up just body people. Like, you see that shit? Right there, bada bing, bada boom. And you can actually move it with your moves. You can actually knock it away, control it. It's super duper great. Shoot it up again. Actually, so we're gonna make Shaggy attack. Let's see. So if we do normal attack, forward. Let's throw popcorn and see what it looks like when enemies interact with it. As you can see, enemies have the ability to move the popcorn as well. We're going to do it one more time. So just know that it's not a freebie just because you throw out popcorn. You're just free to go, right? Yeah, nothing's gonna happen. Yeah, cool. No, enemies can actually influence where the popcorn goes as well, so you want to keep that in mind. But being able to throw popcorn out that is super significant to Gizmo's kit. Popcorn has the ability to also damage enemies if they are hit by it. So as you can see, the popcorn is floating. If I actually put it above Shaggy, he starts to take damage. Not to mention, if you hold charge, you can actually slide a little bit backward and forward before you throw out the popcorn, giving it that nice little bit of utility to actually bob and weave with it if you decide to do so. There's a big difference between hitting popcorn that's ignited or with a standard arrow. So if you do this, the blast radius is much larger and also ignites the enemy immediately. Therefore, if you want to hit that popcorn, man, you might want to have a charged arrow in the back pocket just in case to get the maximum amount of punishment you actually can. Keep in mind that popcorn and arrows are very, very important to Gizmo's gameplay in general. And so you're going to want to be very comfortable being super mobile with this support type character, especially with the fact that you're trying to secure kills, right? Hold on, throw the popcorn out, charge the arrow, bada bing, bada boom, send his ass to the blast zone. You're going to want to get as comfortable with these things as possible so you can actually profit off of being able to have these tools to your disposal.
I can't let everyone down.
Of course not, Shaggy. Up next is actually going to be his downward grounded attack. It's piano, baby, and it shoots out the music notes. And guys, if that music note meter fills all the way up, this will actually silence your opponent, not allowing them to do special attacks for a limited amount of time. As you can see, Shaggy can't do anything. Now, let's actually go ahead and I'll control a character and allow Gizmo to do that to me so I can show you guys just how crazy this is. And what better character than Bugs Bunny, right? So we're gonna pick Gizmo, set him to just continuously do that normal grounded attack so you guys can, again, see just how powerful this is to have. Just taking it. Boop! I'm literally trying to do rocket. I'm actually pressing the special button. Nothing is coming out. Nothing is coming out. Let's try rocket now. Do you guys understand how strong that is? To be able to silence someone? And that wasn't a short silence, by the way. That was not short at all. That actually took some time. So all you need to do is fill up that meter so that way your opponents cannot use their special attacks. Music notes are going to be core in his ability as a support. You definitely want to use this as much as possible to your advantage if you are a Gizmo player. And if your teammates are Gizmo, you better get on their ass and make sure they're silencing their opponents because that is critical. Imagine making it so a Bugs can't rocket back to the stage. He'll actually be a normal character for once. For another video. Anyway, back to what we were doing. So, me going back to Gizmo, we're gonna actually boot this up again. I'm gonna choose the combat Gizmo skin too, because now I'm feeling a little fancy. So, with the piano, not only can you do this, but of course it knocks them away a little bit and also has the ability to be charged. And that's pretty much Gizmo's kit in terms of his grounded moves. But we need to actually get into the nitty gritty and get into his aerials. Gizmo's aerials are super dope. His neutral aerial, of course, is the arrow as we talked about before, and so we know how this is going to work core to his kit. So let's talk about the forward aerial. Forward aerial is a punch that you can actually charge as well, allowing you to change up the timing of the initial hit, which is really good because, of course, you can just do this little quick swipe. They're not going to really go anywhere. But if you charge it up, it's going to have more knockback, of course. So let's actually turn up his damage a little bit and let's see the difference. We're going to put him to 155. Shaggy's, he got a little weight nerf, thank God, but let's see how this works. So that is just a little tap of the punch. If we charge it, they go much, much, much further, making it a kill option, but at higher percents. Gizmo, in my opinion, is a character that you have to actually land arrow combos so you can actually set up enough space to get them off stage to try to KO them horizontally. But when it comes to vertically, Gizmo's actually able to secure kills relatively easier. Let's actually run that back. This is Gizmo's upward aerial. 2 swipes, and as you can see, your opponent is going to go far. So if you're able to catch someone out in the air, you really just want to hit them at least with the second swipe, which is the one that has the knockback needed to get the KO. Arrows, of course, can combo into this, so you can use arrows to set up into that situation. Gonna do it again. Bada bing, bada boom. You catch my drift, right? Up next is going to be the downward aerial. A couple little kicks here and there, multi-hit. Let's see how fast it actually sends someone downward though. So we're gonna actually have Shaggy jump. It will definitely spike people. However, it's not one of the most strong spikes in the game, and it is a multi-hit, so you can actually use it to approach as well. And of course, if you want to combo out of it, that's also a possibility too. That's so awesome. I love that move.
I guess I'm not like totally invincible.
So of course, if your opponent is off stage and they're trying to make this comeback, and we can actually get above them, gonna air dodge, boop. That'll be very rewarding. However, again, you want to have them at really high percent so you can actually kill them. But this is still good, not only for edge guarding, but if you're trying to recover as Gizmo, you can stall your aerial momentum, as you can see, by doing that. And to me, that's pretty useful. And even with the arrow, you can actually shoot an arrow, and as you can see, Gizmo can glide a little bit after tossing the arrow, just allowing him to, again, shift his aerial momentum to make it back to the stage or to avoid harm's way. And you want to use this not only to edge guard people off stage, but of course, you want to use it to protect yourself too when people are trying to come at you. So those are his aerials in a nutshell, right? Pretty decent. But now it's about to get crazy. We're getting into the special moves for Gizmo. And peep game, we starting with the neutral special, baby. Let's sing. Open up the choir. So what these music notes do, of course, as you saw from the piano, is they stack sing onto your opponent. So straight up, peep game. If I shoot this arrow, they actually go towards my opponent, giving them the ability to actually hover or even hit the ground and then attach to them. We stack as much of that as possible. They're going to be in a state where they cannot use special moves. Super duper important to use this. Super duper important. I swear, like, you got to make use of that. I keep reiterating it because it's really important. But let's mix it up a little bit. Throw popcorn into the mix. You can infuse the popcorn with music notes, and you guys saw how strong that was. I'm actually going to go ahead and lower his damage counter because I just want to show you guys again. Throw the popcorn, put some music in it, bada bing. That blast is strong, and it stacks music on your opponent, which makes them closer and closer to not being able to use special moves. So you want to make sure that you're actually doing this so you can make your popcorn blast count even more. Singing is going to be imperative while using this character, and of course, if you sing while next to an enemy, if the note touches them, the note touches them. It's gonna count. If you do notes in the air, you can actually hold the direction in which Gizmo's facing. This allows him to put notes right in front of him as he's approaching an enemy, and of course, you see how much that is stacking onto an opponent, right? So Gizmo can't hit them while they're out, but as I showed you, he can actually just shoot an arrow or projectile to control where they're going. Another interesting tidbit about this, enemies can actually pick up music notes, and while I can't hit them, me being able to pick them up is nice because if I dodge through someone, not only do I actually apply a stack of silence, I can actually combo them as well because it has that little bit of hit stun that makes them flinch, as you can see that again. So my dodge becomes an active attack. This to me is insanity, because this just makes a core mechanic of the game even more rewarding to do. You saw I just ragged him up. So I'm gonna actually stack more silence onto him, or more music rather, which has a potential, of course, again, to make sure he can't attack, while also just allowing me to straight up combo out of the fact that if I successfully dodge through him, it turns into a hit. It's incredible. This will actually help your opponent's combo game become even better even deadlier, and just interacting with your team becomes that much more of a problem just because of how strong this mechanic is overall. This is nuts. I love it. I gotta have a Gizmo on my team for sure. Next move we're gonna talk about is Gizmo's up special. One of his stronger attacks, especially as you see me throughout this guide. I've been using it to actually punish people and kill them. Up special is pretty strong, but it has more utility than just this. When you're actually using this move, especially if you're trying to kill an opponent, sure, you'll bounce off of them, and sure, you can combo arrow into it to make it even more of a deadlier approach option, or just simply a punish option as well. If you actually have a partner on the screen, you can just straight up backpack off of them. You ever play League of Legends? You know Yumi? Oh, I know a lot of people are scared now. Let's go! Damn, baby! Let's get it. So I'm gonna actually make this Shaggy move. I need him to move around. We can backpack off of our partners and create offensive pressure. Gizmo has access to a lot of his moves. Piano, popcorn, arrows. It's very, very nice for him to be able to do this, but it's giving those Yumi vibes. So just know that if you are on your opponent for a little bit of time, once you get off, there will be a backpack icon that spawns. This means you will not be able to reattach until that is gone. But just keep in mind, you can even see the backpack meter at the bottom while you're attached to show just how much longer you have to be attached to your opponent, or rather your partner. This is wild because this just allows for so much utility, whether or not your partner. So hold on, we're gonna set Shaggy to jump, right? Watch this. Attach. So even when our partner jumps, we jump with them. We go everywhere with our partner. And a cool thing about this, guys, is that even though you can't be hit at all in this state, you will take some reduced damage. So you're not just entirely safe, but I just love the fact that we're able to just increase combo potential by being able to do this. Imagine you're teaming up with, I want to say, an Arya, and she's doing a ladder combo and you're attached. She can't get that last little bit to kill off the top, but you can jump off and potentially up air to do that yourself. The creativity is endless, and I think that this is such a unique mechanic for such a cute little character. Another cool tidbit about down special. Another cool tidbit about up special is that if you latch onto your opponent and you actually hold down special in this scenario, it will deflect and block projectiles. It's the ability to block one projectile though, so just keep that in mind. We're gonna show that one right now. He gets hit, I attach, I block one. After that, no more. No more. I let go, put it up again, no more. So again, guys, you have to actually time it. It's almost like a skill thing, right? So instead of just holding it the entire time, just do this. Time it, press it, let go. Time it, let go, time it again, let go, time it again. This way, you can protect you and your partner from projectiles, but also pick it up and throw it right back. Super good utility. Up next is going to be his car. We are riding dirty, and so we're gonna get rid of this and get right into the car usages. So, if you can ride into your opponent, it is a collision. This, of course, makes Gizmo a lot faster on the ground because he's just straight up driving. He's straight up riding dirty, actually. And of course, you already know we got the Tokyo Drift. See them flames, baby. You already know what's going on. But there's something really cool about this, too. You can actually jump out of the car and re-enter it whenever you want to. So here, I'm actually just gonna ram it into Shaggy, and then I'm going to try to combo off. So, depending on what percent and what angle they're at, you guys can actually utilize this to be able to combo your opponent and, of course, set up for kill opportunities as well. Whether you want to drive car, jump an arrow, or you want to drive car, do an up air. Or you want to drive car and actually latch on to someone, whether it be latching onto a teammate or, of course, using this to kill an opponent. It is super duper strong and super duper valuable. Like, it's so good. It's so good. This character's so hype. So, another utility of the car. Right there, I just booted it up. Watch what I do here. The way that I'm able to make the car into an active explosive is simply by doing my up special and going towards the car, because with up special you can control the angle that it goes in. So by doing so, make sure you're right next to the car, up special, hold left, bada bing bada boom, get his ass out of here. And of course the explosion is super duper strong, making it into a scary kill move. And if you want, you can just drive the car off. Not too much utility, but actually some utility, because of course you can't just hit someone while they're trying to come back. And as you saw, I'm able to even change the direction as well. So to be honest, it's actually pretty cool. And I'm sure players will get really creative with their ability to try to use that in a match, especially against recovering opponents. And keep in mind, as you just saw right there, I still have both of my jumps when I'm in the car. Here, this is crazy. This is crazy. I love this. Both jumps still retained, and I'm making it back to the stage. Shit, I might even just use this to recover, because why not? But as you can see, we got an umbrella move, but we'll talk about that in a little bit, right? Right. Cool. To exit the car, you can actually also dodge out of that, so keep it out of mind. Straight up, you don't always have to jump. You can also dodge. So down special, Gizmo hops into a chest. He's able to block projectiles on his own, making this great against zoner type characters. So if you're playing a Velma and she's just throwing stuff at your team all day, hold this down special to make sure she shuts her ass up immediately. Shut her ass up. So hold the down special. Gizmo's quivering in the box trying to hide, and that's pretty much what is being shown here. Get out. It is what it is. Just keep in mind, you can actually cancel this move with a roll, and of course you can cancel it with a jump. Now let's talk about Gizmo's aerial specials. If Gizmo jumps, again, he will shoot the Song of Mogwai in front of him, as shown before. That is his neutral aerial special. If he does a upward aerial special, again, it's the same as I've showed you before. Just like his grounded, he will leap towards you to actually punish you and potentially kill you, depending on if you're an ally or an opponent. Remember, Gizmo cannot attach to enemies. Gizmo cannot attach to enemies, only allies. This just turns it into an attack that's able to kill. If he does a side special in the air, he actually pulls out an umbrella, and this is able to help him recover as well, changing up his aerial momentum and also protecting in front of him, because this does become a hitbox. And as you can see, it has a good amount of knockback too. So if you want to be aggressive with it off stage, you can actually kill your opponent straight up with an umbrella and have Gizmo float away to safety. And as you can see, it actually elevates him a little bit. It propels him upward. But the longer you hold it, the faster you start to drift down. Be careful. And lastly, it's downward special. He literally catapults down. It's like a mini iron. It's like a mini Iron Giant down special. He catapults down, and it can combo into his up air. So be sure to use this to try to secure kills as well. Don't think, oh my god, it doesn't do a lot of knockback, so it's not that good. No, this is a setup, straight up. As you can see, I was able to do a forward air out of that too. If I want to set up for arrows, that should also be an option as well. So guys, get really comfortable trying to use this move as much as possible. Usually a lot of the time when characters have moves that look like they aren't too strong, people just write them off. You need to use those as setups. Sometimes those moves will actually just be setups, key setups that you need in order to secure kills, or just even extra damage or a combo starter. Want to go over his perks? Let's get into it. So rhythm's gonna get ya. If Gizmo fully stacks music on an enemy, instead of silencing them, he will cause them to dance. That is hilarious, and we're going to see this in action right now. So as you can see, because of that, that takes way more. 12 stacks, they can't do anything. Straight up, just straight up taunted. So we're going to actually try to apply this even more right now. So I'm going to go ahead and use my music notes again towards Wonder Woman, straight towards her. I'm going to let this actually finish on its own just to see how long she's stuck in this stance. So it's not that long actually, and honestly, I would argue that it has less utility Just because you could freeze someone, that doesn't mean that you're going to get the most damaging blow possible, versus silencing them, especially because of how much longer their silence, seems way more useful because of the utility of it. They lose access to a good chunk of their moves, any move that takes cooldowns or has cooldowns. So I would argue that is so much more better than just making them dance for what isn't too long of a time at all. So this will definitely not be a perk I'm too interested in. Power Cuddle. While attached to his ally, Gizmo's charge attacks charge much faster. So let's see that in action as well. We're going to make this Wonder Woman on our team. Gonna latch on. Charge arrow. Much faster. Yeah, that is true. That is faster. So if you're trying to get that fire arrow, you definitely want to use that. And let's do a side-by-side comparison to see just how different it is when you do not have that backpack that backpack perk. So gonna attach any second now. There we go. There is a difference. And while it might not be crazy, it definitely could be the difference between landing a follow-up / combo or taking some damage and missing an opportunity. Bounce, bounce, boom! Gizmo's air down special can bounce off of his popcorn and his toy car to detonate them instantly. Let's check it out. So here we're gonna throw popcorn, bounce on it. We hit Wonder Woman. So here we're gonna throw popcorn, bounce off. The radius is not that big, so you actually need to be pretty damn close if you want this to actually count. So we're gonna throw it right here. It's on Wonder Woman, and right there, as you can see, you can bounce off of that. It'll detonate and then apply damage and knockback. The thing is, with how close you have to be, you have to make sure that they're actually like on the popcorn. So you have to be constantly ready to position it, or your partner position it, because again, that blast radius, as you saw how close it was to her right there, is not too long, and that's probably thanks to the Hurtbox and Hitbox reworks, by the way. Beautiful touch, not gonna lie. So we're gonna actually throw out the car, right? We're gonna jump, bounce off of it, and it explodes, turning it, of course, into an active projectile. And so far, guys, personally for me right now, I think I would go between the Power Cuddle or the Bounce, Bounce, Boom, not gonna lie. Just being able to detonate things instantly with a move like that is really good, because, I mean, down special is pretty easy to use, but then, of course, being able to charge attacks much faster on an ally is pretty useful to me as well. So I would go for either of these. Both of these to me are good, depending on like what kind of player you are and what you prefer. Don't rule this out entirely. I need to investigate this one more myself, but right now I'm not feeling it too much. In terms of other perks I would be running on Gizmo, I think I would make it Rain Dog for sure to make my projectiles go even faster. Probably Shirtkin and Sniper. Anything projectile based, in my opinion, is going to be useful. Triple Jump, a must, just to continuously elevate your combos for max vertical potential, and of course to help you get out of disadvantage. These are what I will currently be running. These are not the definitive best perks. It's up to your interpretation, because I'm sure there are also a lot of other useful perks in here that you can use that will, you know, benefit you, maybe not benefit you. It's up to you. You can stack ice, fire. There's a lot of good projectile perks, so check out what works for you and play Gizmo the way you want to with your perks. So what do I think about his viability? I think Gizmo is an exceptional support type character. I think one of the things that scares me a little bit is just his ability to kill horizontally. But I think as time continues, players are either going to find out ways to get confirms a lot faster with him, making him more deadly in that scenario, or he's just going to be a character that has to capitalize off of killing vertically or be dependent on his partner, which is usually the case for supports most of the time. You know what I'm talking about. So in terms of viability, where I would put him on a tier list, not sure yet. It's only day one, and I'm going to be playing him a lot on my Twitch channel so I can get a better idea of how good he is. I'll be playing with Void, of course. You might actually see us run double Gizmo, but who knows, right? So be sure to tune into that for sure, where I go over Gizmo and I pretty much keep developing my own Gizmo to see if maybe, just maybe, I end up playing a new character alongside Wonder Woman, of course. So guys, that's going to be it for the Gizmo guide. Thank you guys so much for watching, and of course be sure to subscribe to the channel for even more fire content and guides that I will have for you pronto. It's been a pleasure to do this guide once again and kind of show you guys Gizmo in his entirety. So, if you loved this video, please give it a like, give it a comment. Let me know what you guys think of his viability. Straight up, I want to know what you guys think of this character. Is he good? Is he bad? How strong of a support is he? Is he broken? Are you scared? Are you going to play Gizmo? Guys, I want to know it all. And again, as usual, thank you for supporting the channel. Take it easy. Peace out. Deuces.